Good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir. सर कर लीजिए शुरू, मैं म्यूट जा रही हूँ। मैंने कर दी है सेटिंग, आप शुरू कर सकते हैं, मैं म्यूट पे जा रही हूँ।
मैडम morning, everybody. Today our topic is inkjet printer and laser printer. First, we are discussing inkjet printer. Inkjet printer. In inkjet printer, print media is liquid ink. In previous class, we are discussing dot matrix printer. In dot matrix printer, print media is inked ribbon cartridge. In this liquid ink cartridge, this print media. Now we are discussing how this inkjet printer is working. In previous class also we are discussing how dot matrix printer is working. First we are discussing how this printer is working. After we are discussing each printer section by section. In inkjet printer have print head. So depending on the printer, print heads are three types here. First one is cartridge with print head. Second one, cartridge without print head. Third one, continuous ink supply system. Continuous ink supply system. Simply we are calling it as a CISS. Continuous ink supply system. So depending on the printer, print heads is three types. Here, cartridge with print head. Second one, cartridge without print head. Third one is continuous ink supply system. Okay. First, we are discussing cartridge with print head and how this print head is working in inkjet printer. First cartridge. Cartridge with print head. This is used in basic computers. Basic computers, in this basic computers, cartridge and printhead both are in single unit. Now we are discussing that one. Here, this is called cartridge. In this cartridge have sponge. That sponge have ink. It is called cartridge. And this part, from here to here, this part is called as print head. It is called print head. Means this part it is called a cartridge. In this cartridge you have spring, have sponge. That sponge have ink, and this is the print head. In this print head have heating chamber. See here, this is the front side. Front side have nozzles. Every print head, front side have nozzles. Every nozzle back side have one heating chamber. In this heating chamber have heating component. Heating component are generally called heating resistors. Heating resistors. And this is called heating chamber. Heating chamber. And it is called nozzle. Nozzle. And this is called heating resistor. Heating resistor. Now, this heating resistor means this is heating resistor cross, and here have one connector. When when we are inserting this carriage in printer carriage holder, it have connector. This connector is connecting to that carriage holder. Also have one this type of connector, and this connector backside have on this printhead driving IC. Now, motherboard is decided to activate this nozzle. That time it is send power supply to this resistors. Actually, here in printer, this carriage look like this. That means the downside print head, top side always carriage. Now, this ink is flow from this carriage to this heating chamber by gravity. Means this ink is flow from this carriage to this heating chamber by gravity, and now in this have ink. This have ink. This is the ink. Now, motherboard decide to activate this nozzle. That time it is send power supply to this resistors. That time this resistors is generating heat. On that heat, this ink is boiled and it is come outside forcefully. It is dropped on paper. It is called inkjet printer. In this inkjet printer, ink is forcefully, means in jet speed it is forcefully outside and it is dropped on paper. Here means depending on the cartridge number, this type of nozzles is 31 or 48 or 43 depending on the cartridge number. Means how it is work means here top side is cartridge, in this have ink, means in this have sponge, that sponge have ink. Now that ink is transferred from here by gravity, and in this chamber have ink. When this motherboard, means this printer motherboard decide to activate its nozzle, that time it is send power supply to this heating resistors. So immediately this resistors is generating heat. On that heat, this ink is boiled and it is come out forcefully outside. This is the working principle of printhead. Means we are observing this printhead front side have nozzles. Every nozzle back side have this type of arrangement. And here this ink also means here this ink boiling purpose they are maintaining certain temperature. If temperature is more, that time this ink is evaporating. If temperature is less, that time this ink is not come out forcefully. That purpose also internally we are maintaining some sensors, heating sensors. And that is another topic. Here, this is the working principle of printhead, and it is called cartridge with printhead. Means this is the printhead, this is the cartridge. Both are is combining in single unit. This type of units is used in basic computers, basic color computers or basic inkjet printers using this type of units. Cartridge with printhead. Next, cartridge without printhead. Cartridge without printhead. So in this actually in inkjet printer also have paper feed section and carriage section. In this carriage section, printhead freely moving on carriage shaft. For example, this is a carriage shaft. On this carriage shaft, have carriage holder. On that carriage holder, printhead freely moving with the help of this carriage shaft. Carriage shaft, and this is for example this printhead. Now from this printhead is locating in carriage section, and this ink tanks is located in one corner of in printer. For example, this is a printer mechanism. In this printer mechanism, in one area, in this area, they are inserting cartridges in this. For example, this is the one cartridge. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 cartridges. Now, from here to here, they are arranging ink supply pipes. And here, in inkjet printer, means generally inkjet color printer have 4 colors. First one, cyan, magenta, yellow, Kyocera. Generally, we are called this color as a black, but it is not a black; it is a Kyocera color. Means inkjet color printer have 4 colors. This 4 colors is called as a primary colors. Combination of this primary colors, it is generating number of secondary colors. Now, this is the print head, and these are the ink supply pipes. Now, this print head freely moving on carriage shaft, and it is receiving ink from this cartridges. When this cartridges is locating in one place of ink printer, it is called cartridge chamber. This cartridge chamber, this side have one door. We are opening the door and we are removing this cartridges and we are inserting new cartridge. And this door also have one sensor. For example, now this printer is printing one page. Suddenly, if you are open this door, immediately the printing process is stopped. And sometimes this printer is printing. For example, if you are giving 100 pages printout, so after 30 pages, it is giving one message: ink level is low. The time if you open this door or we are removing any cartridge, immediately this printing process also stops. Means if we are removing this door or if we are removing any cartridge, that time this printing process stops. And this type of mechanism is used in mid-range printers, 8,000, 12,000, 15,000 printers they are using. But present they are arranging this cartridge chamber in outside, externally. First, that type of printers is introduced in Epson company, L210 and METS 200 series. So they are arranging this chamber outside of printer. For example, this is the printer. After this means this cartridge chamber is fixed to this printer mechanism outside. For example, you are the user, means you are the customer. If in this any tank, now it is not called a cartridge. It is not called a. It is called ink tank. It is called ink tank, and it is fixed in this place externally. And here, if any ink level is low, directly you are removing that cap and you are filling that ink. So this is a printer with external ink tank. This type of facility is also available nowadays in basic printers. In this main advantage means here each tank capacity is 100 ml. But previously we are discussing cartridge with print head. That time each ink capacity is 5 ml or 3 ml. Basic printers, in basic printers we are using two categories. One is the black, another one is the color. So here this color, each color capacity in that carries is 3 ml or 5 ml. So if you are take approximately 80 or 100 pages printout, color printout, immediately that cartridge ink is empty. Again you are replacing new cartridges. So that a maintenance cost is very high. Generally in inkjet printers, this printer's cost is very low, very less. But cartridge cost is very high, means maintenance cost is very high. So we are eliminating that maintenance cost, means we are reducing that maintenance cost. That purpose, here we are arranging external ink tank. Here each ink tank is 100 ml, but previously in cartridge each color capacity is 3 ml or 5 ml, but here 100 ml. So it is giving more printouts. And here another advantage is, in this any ink tank level is low, directly user is removing the tank cap and he is filling the ink. That is the main advantage. But in previous cartridge with print head, if any ink level is low, if any cartridge is empty, compulsory you send that cartridge to service, means the refilling station. That time the refilling person is refilling ink. Again he sent that cartridge to your shop or your office. So that time always you are depending on one that refilling person. But here, if any ink tank level is low, directly you are purchasing this colors and you fill that color in this chambers. This is the main advantage of external ink tank. Nowadays, it is very popular. And another one is continuous ink supply system. In this, for example, this is a printer. In this printer, we have print head, for example. This is a carrier shafter. On that shaft, the print head is moving freely. And from this print head to outside, connecting ink supply pipes. And here, they are arranging ink tanks. Tank. Each tank capacity in liters. So here, each tank capacity is in liters. 1 liter or 2 liter or more. And here also we are using 4 colors. Here, now we are giving printout. In middle of that printout, if any ink tank level is low, then directly you open the cap and you fill that ink without interruption. For example, flexi printer also example of inkjet printer. In flexi printer, now you are giving very big flexi printout. In middle of that flexi, in this one tank level is low. That time if you are stop the printer, that time the total of the flexi sheet is waste. So we are eliminating that problem. That purpose here, this printer is now fixing printing that flexi. That time in this any tank level is low, that time immediately you open that cap and you fill that ink and you enter that important code in that machine. Automatically that machine is detecting this ink. Means printing is continuously here. This printer is printing continuously, and at same time you are filling ink. So this type of mechanism is used in high-end printers, means flexi printers. So flexi printers is printing continuously large printouts. So in middle, if you are stopping the printer, that time the total flexi is waste. So we are eliminating that problem. That purpose we are using continuous ink supply system. So in this we are using here large capacity ink tanks, 1 liter, 2 liter tanks. So that time it is giving more printouts. And again in this any ink tank level is low, that time without interruption of the printing, we are opening that tank cap and we are filling ink. This is the main advantage of continuous ink supply system. This type of mechanism is used in high-end printers. High-end printers. High-end printers means flexi printers. And in this inkjet printer also, generally they are using two sensors. One is the top door or front door. Generally, these basic printers have front door sensor, and another one is the paper detecting sensor. These both sections they are using optical sensor. In previous class we are discussing optical sensor, how it is done. One side is LED, another side is photoconductive transistor. Now we are discussing laser printer. Only we are discussing these printers, how this printers is working. After we are discussing section by section, if we have time. Next, laser printer. In laser printer, main technology of laser printer is static charge. Here, in this laser printer, now we are discussing how this printer is works with the help of one diagram. This is toner, and this is magnetic roller, and this is Doppler plate. And it is called OPC term. OPC. And this is paper. And this is called secondary corona roller, or generally we are called as a pressure roller. Pressure roller. And here is also pressure roller. This is Teflon sleeve and this is heater. This is cleaning blade. And this is called primary corona roller. Here, this is called primary corona roller, and it is called OPC-drum. OPC-drum means organic photoconductive material coated aluminum drum, and this is a magnetic roller. And this is the doctor blade, and this is a toner powder, and this is a secondary corona roller, or generally we are called pressure roller. And this is a paper. Paper is moving in this direction. Now, when we are giving print, that time this opacity term is rotating in this direction, and this PCR roller touched on this opacity term and it is rotating in this direction. That time, which place this PCR roller touched on opacity term, it is transferring negative charge from here to on opacity term, and that negative charged area means now it is rotating in this direction. It is transferring negative charge from here to here. This total place is negative charge. Now here laser unit. This laser unit is generating laser beam, and that laser beam projecting on this opacity drum. Which place that beam is projecting, that place neutralized. Actually here it is transferring negative charge. Means this total place is negative charge. Means this is the total negative charge, and which place this beam is projected, that area is neutralized and it is moving in this direction. Now here this is the magnetic roller. This total is magnetic roller. This magnetic roller is attracting toner powder, and here on magnetic roller the toner level is controlled by this doctor blade. And now here this magnetic roller is rotating in this direction. Now which place this laser beam is projected, that area is neutralized. If that neutralized area is coming to here, that time that neutralized area only attracting toner powder from magnetic roller, and now it is rotating in this direction. So here that time here downside have secondary corona roller. Here we are applying positive charge to this secondary corona roller. With, with the effective of the positive charge, that toner powder transferring from here to on paper means because here paper is moving between these two rollers. With the effective of that positive charge, it is attracting toner powder. But the toner powder is dropped on paper and paper is moving in this direction. And this last unit is called fissure section. It is called fissure section. Fissure section. In this fissure section, have one Teflon sleeve roller. This Teflon sleeve roller inner side have heater. When we are giving print, that time this heater is receiving 230 volts supply, and it is generating heat. So now paper is moving in this direction. On paper have toner powder. If this toner powder area is moving in this direction, with the effective of that heat, the toner powder is melted and it is permanently sticked on paper and it is coming outside. And here it is continuously rotating, and 99% this total toner powder transferring from opacity drum to on paper. If any 1% toner powder is not transferring from opacity drum to on paper, that toner powder is cleaned by this cleaning blade. Now here the toner powder is cleaned. Now this area is fresh. Now it is moving to in this direction. Here it is transferring again into charge, and it is moving in this direction. Here laser beam is projected. Which place laser beam projected? That area is neutralized, and that neutralized area moving in this direction. Only that neutralized area only attracting toner powder from magnetic roller, and again it is moving in this direction. Here the toner powder transferring from OPC-DOM to on paper. Paper is moving in this direction. So if paper is moving in this direction, that time here with the effective of that heat in this squeezer section, with the effective of that heat, the toner powder is melted and it is permanently sticked on paper, and this paper is coming outside. This is a side view of this OP system, and we are discussing here laser unit generating only laser beam. It is not generating any text and picture. How it is giving that text and picture printout? Now we are discussing here. This is the OP system side view. If you are seeing that OP system in front view, look like this. Now here, this PCR will transferring negative charge on OP system. Negative charge means electrons. It is transferring electrons on OP system. Now, laser beam is generating laser beam. Laser beam is laser unit generating laser beam. For example, that now I want to print out letter B. How this unit is generating that letter B means in this laser unit that laser beam is scanning. For example, this is a paper size. So that beam is scanning. Now I want a letter B in middle of this paper. That time here. Now, this is starting point. In this place, no laser beam. If this place is coming, immediately that beam is activated and it is generating laser beam. Again here. And in next line. Next line. Means this lines is very near to each other and it is generating means it is generating this type of lines. Now this total area is neutralized. Means in this place it is creating this type of this area. So only this area is neutralizing and it is attracting total powder from magnetic roller. Means here this is a negative charge and this area only is attracting total powder in shape of letter B. This area, only this area is attracting tonal powder. And now it is moving in this direction. Now with the help of this positive charge, the total tonal powder transferring from this OPC down to on paper in this way. And it is moving in this direction. So in last unit is called fissure section. In this fissure section, heater and this is a Teflon sleeve. Teflon sleeve inner side have a heater. When we are giving print, that time this heater is generating heat. On that heat, this Teflon sleeve also heated. Now paper is moving in this direction. That time with the effect of that heat, that powder is melting and permanently sticked on paper and it is coming outside. This is a laser printer working procedure. This is the block diagram. In this, OPC, the organic photoconductive material, coated aluminum drum, and this is the magnetic roller, and this is the doctor bed, this is the toner powder, and this is paper. This is a secondary corona roller, this is the primary corona roller, this is the laser unit, this is called fissure section. In this fissure section, Teflon sleeve upper side have heater, downside have pressure roller. This is the laser unit. This is the laser printer block diagram here. Now we are discussing this laser unit main sections. This first one. Cleaning section. And second one, initialization. Third one, writing section. And fourth one, developing section. Fifth one, user section. Grading section. Tenth one, sensors. Sensors. These are the main sections of laser printer. Cleaning section. This cleaning section is cleaning that OPC drum. Means generally if we are giving print, that time 99% that toner powder transferring on paper. If any little amount of toner powder not transferring, that time that powder is cleaned by cleaning section. In this cleaning section have one cleaning blade and one waste cavity chamber, means waste powder chamber. When we are refilling cartridge, that time compulsory we are remove that waste powder from this waste powder chamber. So in this cleaning section have one cleaning blade and waste powder chamber. Next, initialization. Means when we are starting print, that time first it is initializing. Initializing means it is giving charge to that OPC system, and once again it is rotating and is checking everything is working or not. So next one is writing section. In this writing section have laser unit. In this laser unit have one laser diode, prism, scanner, rotating purpose, one motor, and two set of mirrors. Yeah. Next, developing section. In this developing section is OPC drum and magnetic roller and secondary corona roller. Next, fusor section. In this fusor section, main components is Teflon sleeve roller, heater, and one thermistor and pressure roller. These are the main components of in fusor. Next one is feeding section. Feeding section means it is taking printout, it is taking paper from paper tray and it is sent to printer. It is called feeding section. Means in this feeding section have paper tray, paper pickup roller. These are the main parts of in feeding section. And next one is sensors. Generally, in laser printer have basically 4 sensors. One is the paper detecting sensor, another one is the cartridge detecting sensor, another one is the top door detecting. These are the common sensors. Means a basic, means any basic printer, these 4 sensors are common. 4 sensors. One is paper detecting sensor, second one is the cartridge detecting sensor, and third one is the top door or front door detecting sensor, and fourth one is the paper out detecting sensor. These are the common sensors. Common sensor. This. Now we are discussing common problems in laser printer. We are discussing, if we have time, we are discussing each section individually, section by section, all printers. Now we are discussing common problems in laser printer. Sometimes print with border lines. Means when we are giving print, that time the page left side or right side or both sides, it is giving 1 inch or half inch block border. Block border. This total is block. Border is coming. That time we are suspecting in cartridge. In this cartridge have magnetic roller. That magnetic roller left side, right side have 2 bushes. If that bushes is damaging, that time we are getting print with side border, block borders. This is the one problem. Next one is print with vertical lines. Means total print with small vertical lines. That time we are first suspecting OPC-DRUM. If you are using this OPC-DRUM long time, that time on OPC-DRUM have one material. What is that? Organic photoconductive material. It is look like a one transparent plastic sheet. If you are using many long time, that time that OPC, that organic, that coating is reduced and it have some lines. So here print with small vertical lines is coming. Again we are using that OPC-DRUM. That time that line width is increasing. So that time we are suspecting OPC-DRUM. Sometimes OPC-DRUM is the new one, but again it is giving 1 or 2 lines on printout. That time you are suspecting that doctor blade. If doctor blade any one side of part is damaging, that time you are getting one dark line. If you are getting thin lines, that time you are suspecting only OPC-DRUM. Means total print with small thin lines. That time we are suspecting OPC-DRUM. Sometimes only one area have dark line. That time we are suspecting doctor blade. This is the print with border lines. Next one is print with the small. Next, print with the block shade. Sometimes if cleaning blade is damaging, that time we are getting print with block shade. Means print is coming and total have one block shade. That time we are suspecting cleaning blade and waste chamber, waste powder chamber. If waste powder chamber also full, or if cleaning blade is not good condition, that time print with block shade is coming. Sometimes print with dots. In this page, print is coming properly and total block dots. That time also we are suspecting that waste powder chamber. If waste powder chamber is full, that time excess powder is dropped on paper. When we are giving print, that time this printer is generating some vibrations. On that vibrations, the total powder is dropped on paper. That time we are getting print with block dots. This is another problem. And next problem, if we are giving print, that time print is coming outside properly, paper is coming outside properly. If you are rub on paper, means we are touch on paper and we are rub on paper, total text is erasing. Means first we are getting print out from printer properly and we try to rub on paper, that time total text is erasing. So that time we are suspecting in fissure section heater. If heater is not generating heat properly, that time that powder is not melting and it is permanently not sticked on paper. If heater is not generating heat, that time paper is coming outside, and if you are rubber, that total powder is dropped down downside. Means it is not sticked permanently on paper. This is the one problem. Another problem is if you are giving print, every paper is entering into fissure section and paper is jammed in printer. In printer fissure section. First paper is jammed. That time we are removing that paper. Again you are giving next print. Again this paper is entering into fissure section and paper is jammed. That time you are suspecting Teflon sleeve. If Teflon sleeve is damaging, that time this paper is directly touched to heater. Actually, paper top side have toner powder. If that powder touches to heater, immediately that powder is melting and it is behave like a one glue. That time it is this paper is stick down that heater and that paper is struck. Means every time you are getting problem, every time paper is struck in fissure section, means that time you are suspecting Teflon sleeve. Now this is the question time. If you have any doubt, you ask me. Any questions? If any questions, you type in chat. If any person have doubt, you type in chat box. What is this stand for? OPC, not OPS. OPC means organic photoconductive material coated aluminum drum. Means one aluminum drum, on aluminum drum they are applying organic photoconductive. What is the main feature of that organic photoconductive? Means it is absorbing light. If laser unit generating laser beam, that time it is absorbing that light. That purpose we are using OPC, organic photoconductive material coated aluminum drum. OPC, not OPS. Actually, on OPC drum, means this OPC drum is attracting toner powder, and now we transfer that toner powder from OPC drum to on paper. That purpose we are applying positive charge. Writing section means laser unit. This laser unit generating laser beam and it is creating text or graphics on OPC drum. It is called writing section. Laser unit is called writing section. Generally we are called laser. Generally we are called laser unit. But what is the function of laser unit? Means this laser unit is creating text, graphics on paper. All of you listening my voice? Any doubts? You type in chat box. We have 4 minutes. You have any doubt? You type in chat box. Fusor section. This fusor section is generating heat. Actually, this toner powder is dropped from OPC drum to on paper, and paper is moving in fusor section. In fusor section, this fusor section generating heat. On that heat only, the toner powder is melting and permanently sticked on paper. If fusor section is not working, that time this paper is coming outside. After you rub on paper, total text is erasing. Fusor section is generating heat. On that heat only, toner powder is melting and permanently sticked on paper. That purpose we are using fusor section. Next, any doubt? SCR means secondary corona roller. Actually, in this we are using PCR, primary corona roller. Another one is the secondary corona roller. As per our theory, primary corona roller is transferring negative charge, and this primary corona roller is transferring negative charge, and secondary corona roller is have positive charge. So that time only this toner powder is transferring from OPC drum to paper. Next, any doubt? Initialization means when you are switch on printer, that time total that mechanism rotating one rotation. Means that time it is energizing OPC drum, and same time it is giving supply to heater section and is checking everything. Means every section working properly or not. That purpose, this is initialization. Initialization means in this initialization main components is corona wire. This corona wire is transferring charge to OPC drum. That time only it is attracting powder from magnetic roller. Corona wire, it is receiving approximately 600 voltage from circuit. Thank you. Now our time also over. So today we stop our session. If we have time, we continue next class.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam.